Hey, welcome back, Crusaders. I've got another strategy for you today that gets you in the black after just one hit, and then from there you look to go on a streak, obviously. Requires a small bankroll because we're only going to try to press things up when we're winning. Anyways, I think you might get something out of this one. I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. Okay, so the way this strategy is going to work is we're going to start with a $30 6 and 8. And we're going to need a hit on one of those. Doesn't matter what the point is, by the way. So we're going to need a hit on one of those. If we 7 out, we're down 60 bucks. So $600 will give you 10 shots to try this. So assuming we hit a 6 or 8, it's going to pay 35. There's 35 all in red. And then here's what we're going to do. 6 and 8 comes down, and we're going to go to 15 each on the 5 and 9. So what do we have here? We have 65, 50, 60, and 5. So we're up 5 bucks if we can hit the 6 or 8 one time, and we've got a 5 or 9 working for us. 5 and 9 working for us. If a 5 or 9 hits, it's going to pay 21. And what we're going to do is we want a third number, and we're going to pick either the 6 or the 8 and go to 18 on it. Pick the 8. I'm going to need a little change. Actually up $8 now after that hit. And then from here on out, what we're going to do is when we hit a 5 or 9, it's going to pay 21. There's the 21. We're going to use 1 unit to take our 8 up. We're going to rack 15. Let's say we hit a 5. Again, it's going to pay 21. Going to use $6 of our winnings to take the 8 up. So we're looking for a big hit on the 8. You know, and besides the 7, the 6 or 8 are the most other likely numbers to hit. We get a rack another 15. Whenever we hit an 8, no matter how much is on it, we're going to take it down all the way. Our next 5 or 9 hit will go back to either an $18 6 or 8. There's another little build-up process we can do if things are going well. I'll show you that during the live roll, but that's enough to get us started. Okay, and like I said, we're gonna try playing this with only 600 bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 200 in red. So we'll get that pulled back here. And first thing we need to do is let a point get established. That's a 6, hard 6. So the point's gonna be 6. And we're going to start with $30 each on the 6 and 8. And the biggest thing of all with this strategy is, can we hit 1, 6, or 8 before a 7? That's the hole. Can you make it happen? That's a 4, easy 4. And that's a 9. Hopefully you saw both those dice. There's a 5. And 7 out. Okay. So we're gonna lose this 60 bucks, and notice we're coming back with just another $60. We're not going to try to press it up or ladder it up when we're down. I've got a little ladder up built in when we're up. That allows you to start to play the strategy with just 600. Otherwise, a couple 7 outs in a row, if you're building them up, you're done real quick. You need a much bigger bankroll. That's what I should say. Oops. Let's take that down and get a new point. Okay, yo 11 on the come out roll. Here's a 10. 6, 4, easy 10. And here we go. Okay, there's an 8. It's going to pay 35. There's the 35. So the 6 and 8 is going to come down. And we're going to go to a $15 5 and 9. For that shooter, we're up 5 bucks. Altogether right now we're down $55. All right, so now we're looking to get something going. 4, 3, 1, easy 4. And another 7 out. So that shooter, you know, we did make 5 bucks. But so far we've got nothing going on. We're down a little money. Get those set up out there and get a new point set. Not working. Here's a 6. Point is 6, and here we go. 4, hard 4. 9, 63. Back-to-back 63s. Okay, there's a 6. That is the point. It's going to pay 35. So there's the 35. Again, the 6 and 8 come down. So we're up $5 on this shooter no matter what. It's got a new point set. And there's a 5. Here we go. Okay, another 5. Hit the point again. That 15 is going to pay 21. There's the 21. We're going to pick either a 6 or an 8 and make it 18. So there's we've got 16 on there right now. Get some change. There's our 18. First of all, need a new point. 2, craps 2 on the come out. There's a 4, 3, 1, 4. Okay, there's a 5. It's going to pay 21. So there's the 21. We're going to use $6 of that to take our 6 up one. And this time we get a rack 15. Anytime we hit a 6 or an 8, first of all, it's going to come down. And we're also going to call that a win. And what I mean by that is when we win by hitting a little, however big this tower is, 6 or 8, we're going to come out a little heavier on the 6 and 8 next roll. That's the way we're going to ladder up when we're winning instead of trying to chase it. Okay, perfect timing. So there's a 6. I think we've got 24 out there. It's going to pay $28. So there's the 28. We'll stick that in our rack. We'll take our 6 completely down. Here's when you guys are playing yourself, you can start to do what you want. You want to start doing something different. Now's your chance. We're having a nice roll here. What do you want to do? I'm going to keep playing this out the same way we have been. Okay, there's a 9, so that's going to pay 21. There's the 21. And I'm going to pick the 6 this time to go with $18 on it. Here we go. There's another 9. So 21. Boxcars. Okay, there's an 8. We picked the wrong one. We're on the 6. Another 9. Okay, 21. So we're sticking $15 in our rack every time we hit a 5 or 9 now. And we're giving ourselves a shot to hit the 6 with some more money on it. And 7 out. Okay, so this all comes down. So that was a successful roll. We're going to call that a win because we did hit a tower. I forget if it was on the 6 or the 8. So when that happens, what we're going to do, remember we were starting with 30 each on the 6 or the 8. This time we're going to go ahead and go to 36 each. So 30, 35. I let myself pull white chips out of the rack. So we're just going to build that up a little bit. I think it might be wise to build that up a little more. I think probably going up to 42 would be better, but we'll just go 36. Let's get a point set. 7 on the come out roll. Here's a 5, 4, 1, 5. 9, 6, 3, 9. 11, yo. Back-to-back yo's. And we 7'd out. So anyways, I'm glad we didn't go up to 42. So that comes at 70 in this case, comes down. So we're going to be back to our $30 level. So there's our 30. And let's get a point set. 9, the point is 9. And another 7 out. It's not looking good. All right, let's get a new point. The point is 8. And here we go. Oh, that's a hard 4. That's a dead roll. There's a 6. Hard 6 is going to pay 35. There's the 35. We're going to 15 each on the 5 and 9. Okay, that's an 8, which is the point. So let's get a new point set. Another 8, hard 8 this time. 6. 11, yo 11. Okay, there's a 5, so it pays 21. And let's pick the 6 this time to go with our, so we're gonna have an $18 6. And there's a 9, so 21. We're gonna use 6 of that to build the 6 up. And rack 15. All right, there's a 6. So we hit a tower, considering this a win. We've got a 24 out there. It's going to pay 28. There's the 28. That goes in our rack. And we're just looking for another 5 or 9 hit now. 3, craps 3. It's a 5, so pays 21. And let's switch over to the 8 this time. Here we go. 3, craps 3. All right, there's a 9. So 21. Take our 8 up one, rack another 15 bucks. 6. Too bad, picked the wrong one. 10. 6, 4, 10. Okay, there's an 8. 8's the point. And again, we've got 24 out there, pays 28. Here's the 28. So remember, we definitely are going to consider this shooter a win. We'll be building up our 6 and 8 a little higher next time. Back to the 8 for the point. And 7 out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start our 6 and 8. This time there's the 30, 35, 36. And let's get a point set. 7 on the come out roll. That's what we did last time. Back-to-back 7s, getting them all out of the way. 3 7s in a row. Here's an 8, so the point is 8. And let's throw a 6 or an 8. 3, craps 3. And there's an 8, that's the point. Our 36 out there is gonna pay 42. There's the 42, same thing. We're gonna go to the 15, 5, and 9. You guys start branching out on your own. Start risking a little more, leaving stuff out there a little longer if you want to, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's get a new point set. And the new point is 8. 4, 3, 1, easy 4. Here's a 5. So the 15 is going to pay 21. $21. Let's go with the 6 this time. Here we go. 2, snake eyes. And 7'd out. So this is not considered a win because we didn't hit that 6 or the 8. We didn't lose any money on that shooter. We made, in fact, $8. But we just call that a wash. Let's get a new point. 12. boxcars. There's a hard 6. So 0.6. We're back down to 30 each. 10, easy 10. 3, craps 3. Here's a 9, 63 9. And there's the dreaded 7. It's like we're zeroing in on kind of having a wash of a session here. All right, so let's get our 6 and 8 set up. Let's get a new point set. There's an 8, 1 roll too late. 10, 6, 4, 10. Okay, there's an 8, it's the point. It's gonna pay 35. So there's a 35, we're going 15 each on the 5 and 9 again. And new point needed. 4, hard 4. That's another boxcars. 6, hard 6. And we 7'd out. So on that roll, we made $5. And we're a little short on money for our last one because I went up to 35 each twice, I think. So since we don't have enough here, I'm just going to stick it in the rack and just see where we stand. I think we're up just a little bit. Anyways, let me count that up. Okay, so here's our initial buy-in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a green one there. 6. And you know, like I said, not up very much, but up 31 bucks. You saw the 7s we rolled. We had pretty average luck and pretty average winning there. But there's a lot of other things you can do with that strategy. As far as getting out of the gate to be up after one roll, it works with starting with 30, then regressing down to 15 each on the 5 or 9. You could do 15 each on the 4 and 10. You could play the 6 and 8 and you know, be down just a few bucks after one roll. You could play the 9 and the 10, split the difference. Instead of playing the 6 and the 8, you could do the 8 and the 9, or the 9 and the 10, but just go from two $30 numbers to two 15, two 18, or 118 and 115. Get your third number back and then start building up. So we didn't have that fantastic roll. We also didn't have horrible luck with just 7ing out on the 6 and 8. And there you have it. Anyways, hopefully that's something you might consider using part of or all of when you're playing. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.